Hey everybody, it's Liz at Northern Belle Farms, and a lot has changed. We haven't done a garden walk in a long time, so I'm gonna start it back and we'll walk you around and I'll tell you about all the stuff that we've been up to. So, the meat bird pen is empty. There in the fridge, I got a picture here. The rooster dressed out at 6 pounds and then the hen at almost 5. So we have them in the fridge. We have yet to eat them. I think I'm going to cook one tonight. And then we'll have that pen either for the ducks or for more meat birds if we decide to do that. I call her my apprentice. A few weeks back, I put out a thing on my page asking for help. If anybody wanted to come help, I could pay them in plants or produce or eggs. And this girl named Fawn offered, her and her husband, they're the ones who came and helped me finish the fence back here for the meat birds. And she's been coming like every week to help me in the garden, and she has been a tremendous help. So I call her my apprentice because she'll come and help and take goods, and I'll teach her whatever I know, tell her everything that I know about everything we're doing. So she's helped me with all of this stuff. We planted in here. Since last year, we did a bunch of peppers here, and it worked pretty well. I put all jalapenos right here, and then I put some Sugar Rush peach over here on this side. The potatoes are getting really big. I've only recovered this half so far because that's all the bedding that I had. So I need to recover this half soon. I need to spray them with neem because a couple of the leaves up there look like something's eating it. And then more peppers in there. We haven't really got much else done with the chicken coops. Here we still have just this one side done. We need a door and nesting boxes. But we did order a bunch of wood from Lowe's and had them deliver so we could build 3 more pens and nesting boxes for them. Sorry for the mess, but you know, there's 6 kids here, so the mushroom buckets are doing pretty good. We have a bunch of pink mushrooms coming on here. So they've been sitting up here for a while. That's really dry. I spray them with the hose anytime I'm over here. The king oyster mushrooms have been putting some through. They're not as prolific as the other oyster mushrooms. There's just like 2 or 3, and then we had bugs on some of them. So, but I reseeded this whole area out back so the kids could have somewhere nice to play. I've been cleaning out my this little brown shed. I want to make it like my workspace since we changed the room inside to give to Odin and Valerie so they could have their own room since they are getting bigger. I planted in dahlias and lilies right here. I've got some more ordered that I'm going to put in here. I have some new rose bushes in here. And then dahlias and lilies, and then outside here, outside the rose bushes, when I get the other ones, they're supposed to be coming sometime in May. I'll plant them there. Grapes are doing good. My avocado tree died from being inside too long. I'm testing out back here to see if I can do tomatoes back here. 2 out of my 3 pomegranate trees look great. Let's see. I got these peach trees in the ground. I have a pear tree over by the ducks, along with another Asian pear that was there before. The bees love this red bottle brush plant. Let's see if we can see any on there. They've been doing great. No, they were out here like crazy earlier. Here's one. Oh yeah, they're there. They really like that bush. So I'm going to try and see if I can find some more of those. The jasmine's in bloom. So now instead of my yard smelling like roses, because they have peaked and died off, and now we'll keep the roses, but they'll never be that huge, lush, full pop of roses again. But the jasmine looks great. I planted in extra tomatoes back here to see how they do, because out front they don't do so well, even though I did plant some out there. Banana trees are coming back up along with canna lilies. Hydrangeas are starting to go. They're starting to get the little buds, and this one has a flower. So those should be any day now. We should see those. The tomatoes back here are looking good. Getting big. There's our pile of wood that we ordered. Chris had to get a ladder so we could reach the ceiling inside of our house, because he's gonna redo a light fixture. I cleaned this junk mess out of here, and I'm going to try and set up shop in here. I want to have my honey extractor set up in this corner. I have all my canning stuff, all my jars over here, mushroom stuff on the top shelf along with the mushroom substrate, my Belle baskets and more jars. I have mason jar overflow, vases for cut flowers. And then I haven't really cleaned off this side much yet, but I got all my seeds there, and tea jars and salve stuff. And then I gotta put all of this junk mess back in there. We separated the cochins. These are some of the baby chicks from the last batch that I hope are hens, so we keep them. That blue one with the red feathers I really think might be a rooster right there. But my daughter picked that one out. She named it Stacy. That's Stacy. I was wondering when you were going to start laying eggs again. If I open that. That looks rough, man. Boy bunnies I moved out from with their mama. But then I moved mama in with the daddy bunny. And I really should move them apart, but they've been snuggling since I put them together, and I like that they love each other. So, I'm leaving them together for now. I am going to have to move them apart because obviously I can't have baby bunnies with the daddy bunny. But the boy bunnies are in there. We have 3 left. Eggs have been selling pretty good, along with the cut flowers are doing okay. Now there's someone else selling cut flowers, so. I sold half of my old flock, my first flock, to make room for the new layers. Also gonna separate them out by breed so we can have specific breeds. But let's go out here into the garden. We have lots of stuff potted up for sale. I have the roses. We got lots of yellow roses. And some pretty orange ones. See, the hydrangeas have little buds on them, so they'll be flowering soon. We have these weeds over here, and of course you guys know me. I'm not really a great weed puller, but I definitely leave the weeds that have flowers like this. The bees, all of the bees, absolutely love whatever this weed is. So we have this weed that I've left in here and on the outside of the garden. More jasmine on this archway. I got the trees potted up that I'm taking to Tennessee. I did end up digging up one of the Asian pear trees. It's kind of struggling, of course. because that's what anything will do once it starts to get established and you rip at its roots. So I'm thinking about trimming it, but I was going to give it a couple weeks to see if it bounced back. All the others, though, are doing really well and starting to get their buds. So they're going to be good to go. And then I've cleaned out the greenhouse for the most part. I brought all the pots and trays outside. I got to start my second round of summer seeds. I have a bunch of zinnias coming up there with a rose bush. And then I put stuff right here that I want to put out back. It's mostly like succulents, agave plants, bromeliads. I'm going to put that out by the pool. I'm doing a video. This is the last, well, this and over in the flower garden is the last cluster of roses. Teacher Appreciation Week is next week, so I was hoping to have some roses for that as well as Mother's Day. We have some bee balm. I have this, which I just got 2 more. It's a blue hibiscus flower shrub. It's really cool. I've been in love with the salvias this year, so I got all different kinds. I have a purple, a red, a white, a blue. I have these are great filler for cut flowers. It is the Status. We have a bunch of different colors. That's the first one that's blooming, is that pink one and this purple one. These are pin cushion flowers. Those will be blooming soon. I have a couple irises here that are beautiful. Straw flowers are really cool because they feel like dried paper. And they open really slowly like this. And they take a few days. They usually have clusters like this, but then I cut them off and only like one comes up in a stalk. I use them in my cut flower bouquets because they last forever because they're basically already paper and already dried out. So I really like to add those to my cut flowers. My mums are coming back from the fall. You know, we had them on the porch, and then I planted them in here. And on the when we had the pictures, here's one of my newest salvias. It's all purple. Bee balm. Can't wait. The bees are gonna love it. This mess that I could not keep up with is the beets right here. I don't know what happened to my other beets, my golden beets back here. There's very few, and then nothing came up in the middle here. It's just weeds. So I'm gonna move that sunflower. But these only have another 2 weeks, maybe a month at the most. Canna lilies and mint in the corner. Another blue hibiscus. I just planted a blue hibiscus right here next to, I can't wait to show you when this blooms. This is called agapanthus. It's a really pretty blue flower. Kind of looks like a globe shape. We have these snapdragons, which are called the Madam Butterfly snapdragons because they're like a ruffled petaled snapdragon. So they have a much prettier flower. I ordered those. I have a unboxing video to do. That'll be next. Pretty sure there's some of that in there. But the mums look like they're gonna flower here soon. Nasturtiums, so of course we eat those. I'm really excited for this carrot flower. I forget what it's called, but there's one almost blooming over here. See? It's gonna open up and look just like a carrot flower. But those will be used in the bouquets. I forgot to plant one pot today when my apprentice fawn was here. Celery's getting bigger. I have a bunch of brassicas that I've planted that I don't know what are. There is possibly cabbage, cauliflower, and kalettes that I've planted. in an earlier video. Sunflowers are coming up along here as usual. Peas, we've got a bunch of harvests off those for Belle baskets. More straw flowers in here. This one's really pretty. A bunch of sunflowers. I just planted these for the bees. They look like something the bees would like. Got these giant sunflowers going on right here in front of the beehives. And I got other little sunflowers coming up too. But those, and some more over here. But those ones are massive. And these are doing good. I checked on them earlier with Apprentice Fawn. They are reproducing, so that's good. I gotta have my husband help me set up the other boxes so I can paint them. Today and mostly this week we've been working on the flower garden because, like I said, Teacher Appreciation Week is coming up. The first day, next Monday, is Flower Day, and then, you know, next Sunday is Mother's Day. So Basil's looking for peas. Where is she? Right there. Basil, what are you doing? Eating peas? I know. I'll find you a fat one. Hang on. So we've been working on the flower garden. I have some morning glories coming up here under this first trellis. Then I have these, which I think, I don't remember what they're called. I want to say they're finch something. I got them because I can't grow baby's breath, so I figured this would be kind of like a good filler that's kind of like baby's breath. Roses. We have calla lilies that are coming up. And then there's more status in here. A lot more status. On this side we just planted all these little things down here. These are all status. Lilies are coming up. I just got these the other day at a local plant nursery. I don't remember what they're called, but they're really pretty. I think I'm going to press them and dry them and put them on trays. I want to say it's Alstroemeria, but I'm unsure. That's that and that. And they're used in cut flowers. They last a really long time. We have some stock, which is kind of pathetic and puny because it doesn't grow well here, but I've been using it in the bouquets. We planted some dahlias over here, the single dahlias. There's nasturtiums mixed in here. I'm pretty sure that these little wispies are larkspur. Then there's more pincushions and more calla lilies coming up. And then the roses. We got lots of yellow roses, a couple red roses, more bee balm, and pincushion flowers. Pincushion flowers, roses. I sprinkled some zinnia seeds down there that are coming up. Echinacea, the mint, hydrangea. There's another rose over here that's got a peachy color. Hydrangea. This is my pistachio hydrangea. Hopefully it gets big enough this year so I can make some cuttings. Wait till you see it. It's beautiful. Fennel, hyssop, borage. I sprinkled parsley seeds right here. More lilies. Oregano. That monster. A little bit of thyme under the weeds. Rosemary. Lemon balm. Dill. We got one really big dill and a bunch of little dill. More lilies. More peachy roses. Kind of like a blush peach. And then over here, I also picked up some white of the salvia sage and put them over here next to this Mexican sunflower. Lantana's coming back. And then we got some Gerber daisies. I thought those would be really pretty in Mother's Day bouquets. And then more lilies. Regular lilies right here. Pineapple sage. Canna lilies. I just got the orange ones to add in. I need to get some yellow ones because mine are all mostly red. And then these climbing roses. But that's about it for out here in the flower garden. We did some weeding and we planted the flowers. Now I'm going to use them in my new trays that I'm making. Making like little serving trays with some cut flowers in them. I'll have to show you all them. They'll be on my Etsy store soon. And then here, as always, we got zinnias, cosmos. I sprinkled onion seeds in here because I had nowhere else to put them. There's sunflowers. These are the elderberries. And then the cosmos are coming up. Gladiolas are coming up. Can't wait for those to flower. The orange tree has a couple little oranges on it. We got tomatoes along the edge of the fence here. We'll see how well they do this year. Peas in there. As I said, we got a few harvests off them. There's 3 fencefuls there, and then the old berry patch has some. Not like that. Gotta have a shirt on. These are the random brassicas I was talking about. Whether they're cabbage or cauliflower or kalettes, I'm unsure because I did not label. Well, the label washed off. So these are random brassicas. We'll see. Oh, or early sprouting broccoli. They could be that too. Garlic is doing good. I planted watermelon in the middle of this walkway. And then there's the tomatoes on the side. These will have beans. And the bottom will have the bitter melon. The kalettes have been doing awesome. We've been harvesting all the leaves off of them for the Belle baskets and to eat. So I planted new kalettes. I hope they do okay through the summer. All of my lettuce had bolted. We already pulled it all out of here, is where the lettuce was before. And I planted eggplants. I have long skinny eggplants up there is the first one. Then I have frog egg eggplants here, which the chickens got to, so I'm unsure if they're going to grow very well. I may have to replace them, but I got to sow more seeds. And then tomatoes along the edge here. I'm waiting for these radishes to go to seed, so I can have those seeds. This is what the hibiscus looks like, the blue hibiscus. It's really pretty. Then down there we did sweet peppers. I did yellow, a French one that's a little wrinkly one, island peppers, and ají dulce, and another kind. So we did those in those 3 plots. And then there's Swiss chard here, which is getting eaten. I gotta spray it with neem oil so that we get some of it, because the stuff on the end here is ready to eat and the other stuff isn't far behind. Over there's the overflow peppers where I put the extras we had. I gotta pick up all this lettuce and probably feed it to the rabbits. There's some more random brassicas at the end there. And then bush beans in here. In here, I gotta get some more, because this bed was the only bed that looked like it did good. These are the red swan. These are some of my favorites, so that's good. And these are dragon tongue, which I also really liked, but I gotta get more from Baker's Creek. And then I'm saving this Mizuna for seed. This is a French name bean that looks a lot like the dragon's tongue. And I looked and I didn't see any in Baker's Creek, so I think I might just get more dragon tongue and put them in there. We planted, and then right here I'm going to rip up these brambles and put the rest of the potatoes right here, I guess, because I don't really have anywhere else to put them, but I have I think like another 5 pounds of potatoes to put in. Carrots are in this bed. There's little sprouts coming up. And in this bed, which I don't really see any sprouts coming up in this bed. But oh yeah, there's some. But I sprinkled them in here, so when they get a little bigger, we'll thin them out. And I put the more heat tolerant ones in there. Yeah. And then that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what we got growing on over here. I have some seeds in the greenhouse of what I'm getting to start next. I'd like to do that. I won't have time this weekend. But I have my Thai blue butterfly pea flowers, Maystar okra, my noodle beans. I have some moringa that I started, but I have more to start. I have a few more kinds of peppers that I'm going to start, and then my herbs. I have basil, sage, thyme. I want to do some calendula. I don't know how well it's going to make it because it's hot. Yeah, ideal temperature, so 60 to 70 degrees. It's definitely over that, so we'll see how well they do. But I'm waiting for these, the peas to pass to plant these beans. And then I have to do more ground cherries because the girls love them, and I'm not sure that that one's coming back. I have to redo squash for the 3rd time because the ducks keep getting out. And that's right by the first thing they walk by is the squash, so they've demolished it twice. But I have some peppers. I'm going to try some red sugar-rich peach. And the habanadas, I'm going to have a whole bunch of those. Don't know where I'm going to put them. And then my hot pepper people, I'm going to plant some 7-pot yellow peppers for them. And some more colored jalapenos. So, and some banana peppers for apprentice fawn. But, so I have to get on all of this. I wanted to do that soon. I would like to do it tonight, but I doubt I'll get to it because I have to go finish cleaning that brown building out back. But that's the garden. That's what I got going on. That's what I've been up to. And now we've walked through this jungle. And yeah, follow for some more growth and to watch all the blooms come out and see what colors each of these flowers are. And let me know what you're growing this year and what you're most excited about. Comment down below. Don't conform, people. Be transformed.